Hi everyone, Dr. Manette here to welcome you to EDU 200 or 201 Human Development. So to get us started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over into Blackboard so that you can see how to access everything for the course. So give me just a minute to do that. So in Blackboard, the first thing you're going to notice is that Blackboard looks a little bit different than it may have in the spring. And that is primarily because they're working on um, changing Coker over into Coker University. So when you log in, this is actually what it looks like for right now. It may change throughout the term. So you just go ahead and log in like you normally would. And then as soon as you log in, again, it's going to look a little different than it did. So everything is over here on the left-hand side. So just go to courses. And then from courses, what you can do is you can use the scroll down here with the arrow to find your courses for the summer. So courses is SS here in this case, and click on the course that you wish to enter. So for this demonstration, I'm going to go into 201. These are going to look exactly the same regardless of what course you're in, 200 or 201. So when you click on your course, now it's going to look very similar to what it did before. And I'm going to flip over into student preview mode so you can see what you're going to see at the beginning of the course. So first thing, your home page is always going to be your announcement page. And on the announcement page, it's going to show you an overview of the course time, the welcome video, which I'm currently making, which I will upload more here, and your books and materials and some Blackboard tools to help you if you're not familiar with online courses or uploading things to Blackboard, taking quizzes, things like that. So EDU 200, 201, Human Development, we're really going to be focusing on the overview of lifespan development. Now, we do have a virtual field experience component that is required for you to apply what we're reading about in the field. So virtual field experience means that you're going to be watching videos about all different age ranges where we're applying what we're reading to what we're seeing in the videos. And I'll talk a little bit more about that and how you'll be submitting your virtual field experience. Now, there's no prerequisites for this class. It is a Pillars Pathway course, so it is the Integrity Pillar. So if you are part of the Integrity Pillar, there's a couple of assignments that you want to keep. So when you get to your CAP 300 class, you can go back and reflect upon some of the things that you did. So you want to keep things like your Who Am I project, which it talks about that in the syllabus, and also your developmentally appropriate practice project, which is what we do at the end of the course as your final project. So course time and location, obviously it is online and everything is done through Blackboard, but we're also going to use a program called Edpuzzle for our video lessons and for our virtual field experience. And everything in Edpuzzle will be done in Edpuzzle, graded in Edpuzzle, and then I will transfer it over to Blackboard once I grade your assignments in Edpuzzle. Now, the course is from May 20th to July 10th, so making sure of those dates. The welcome video that I'm currently making, I will put here as soon as I am finished with it. And as for books and materials, first off, we're going to be using the Foundations in Human Development 2nd edition book. Now, for this course in particular, we are going to be using Red Shelf and the ebook text. So Red Shelf is a ebook program that Coker is currently using and implementing that allows us to embed your textbook into the Blackboard platform. So your textbook is actually already in here for you to access. And I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. Now, with that said, there is a $30 class fee for your Red Shelf ebook access that is attached to your tuition. Now, you do have the ability to opt out and get the hard copy book if you wish, or to get an ebook somewhere else, but $30 for the ebook is a fair price. And if you order your book, you're going to get very far behind in this class. So using the e-text as it is, that's embedded in the course, is very, very helpful for you to go ahead and do. Now, like I said, you can opt out. You can also opt back in if you wish to. However, there is a deadline for that. So the opt-out date is May 27th. And when you opt out, the $30 fee is removed from your account. But again, you have to opt out before May 27th, or you will have to pay the $30 fee with your tuition as well. Now, there are videos here that show you how to opt out, opt back in, how to access your ebook, and the coded materials as well. And I'm going to show you how to do that for this course in just a second. Now, Edpuzzle is right here. Now, I do have a class link that I have invited you all to. And as we go throughout the course, I'm going to be putting more video lessons in there and your virtual field experience in there as well. So all you have to do to join is click on the link, and it will take you over to Edpuzzle. And it will say something like, "Hi, student, ready to log in." And you can log in with your Coker Google account. So all you have to do is click on it. And then you can use your login information from your Google. And then it will give you access into the course. So you don't have to enter in an extra code or anything like that. So it's going to say, do you want to join this course for EDU 200-201 Summer 19? Say yes, join the course. And now you will be able to see the materials here. Now for you, you're not going to have everything that's over here on the side. You're just going to have this one that's right here for the summer. And it's going to tell you due dates, which are going to match exactly what is shown in Blackboard, and any upcoming assignments as well. Now for instance, to do your video lessons, all you have to do is click on it. It's very simple. And as you watch the video lesson, anytime you see a little kind of looks like a teardrop or a raindrop, there's going to be a question there for you to answer. Now, with that said, you cannot skip through any of your video lessons. You have to watch the video from the beginning to the end and answer the questions that are embedded in the lesson for your quizzes. So it's going to talk about what you read about, give you a little bit more information, then give you the quiz with the questions. So being very mindful of getting started ahead of time is very important for this course, so you're not trying to do 3 hours worth of video lessons at 10 o'clock on Sunday. So going back over to Blackboard here, something else that you need to know is that Microsoft Office, I do highly, highly suggest that you have access to this. Now for students, and I'm not 100% sure why it says Blackboard there, because it does not on my teacher page, so that's just a little glitch thing that's happening. But for Microsoft Office 365 for students, it is a free download for students and also for teachers. All you have to do is use your Coker student email address and follow the prompts. And here's a link to that. Again, it is free. I highly, highly suggest that you access that if you do not already have Microsoft Office on your computers. And when you go in, you're going to have an option of using the online version, which is very much like Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Drive. But you also have an option of downloading the program onto your computer to where you can use it offline, and then also to where you can use the full program. So the online program only gives you limited access. So for instance, when you're doing your PowerPoints, you cannot record in the online version of Microsoft PowerPoint, but you can record in the full desktop version. So there is a button for you to click to download that onto your desktop. And then also you need Blackboard, of course, because everything that we do is going to be submitted through Blackboard, and all communication that I do with you will also be through Blackboard. Something else that you are going to notice here is going to be the syllabus, which is right here. And you can click on the syllabus and it will take, so like I said, you can click on this link and it will take you to the syllabus. You will need to access for your syllabus quiz and to know the information for the course. And then the very last thing down here at the bottom is a how-to guide for Blackboard. So if you're not familiar with accessing Blackboard, submitting assignments, looking for your grades, doing quizzes, posting to discussion boards, the videos are very helpful and they show you step by step what to do so that you can submit your assignments. So the next thing that I want to show you is your menu bar over here on the left, which is going to be very, very important for you. So the first thing that you're going to notice is that it's broken up into three sections. You have course information, assignments, and your Blackboard tools. So announcements, that is the first thing that you see when you come into Blackboard. So you're always going to see this when you come in. Course materials is very important. So when you click on course materials, it's going to take you over and you're going to see the Google Drive, everything for this course, rubrics, templates, guidelines, weekly directions, um, everything is in your Google Drive folder to make it easier for you to access. Now, every week I do give you weekly directions where I also direct you to certain folders in the Google Drive to kind of help you. But if you need to go and look for a PowerPoint or something, you can go into the Google Drive directly this way. Now, red shelf here, this is your e-text. And all you have to do to access your e-text is to click on it. And then it's going to give you prompts to follow. And since I'm under student and not teacher, I have to show you that way. But yours would ask you questions about your account and you being a student. So if I come over here, for me, for instance, so I flip back over into, I'm going to flip over into my mode so that I can show you what it looks like or what it should look like when you actually access it. Again, I don't have student permission. When you click on the link here, it's going to take you directly to the login information that it gives you. You just type in your information, your email address, all the stuff for Coker, and then now you're going to have your textbook in through that link. So when you're ready to view your course materials, all you have to do is click on it and start reading. It does have some offline access and some printing, but again, keeping it right there in Blackboard makes it a lot easier to follow and to manipulate. So that is what is in your course material folder. That is where you find any directions, guidelines, rubrics, templates, and where your e-text will be located. And it is always over here on the left in your menu bar. Now, something that has happened in the past that I want just to make everybody aware, just in case, sometimes your menu bar will disappear. So right here, you can kind of see where it popped up and it said hide course menu. You can make it go away. If you ever see that it's gone, just go over there and click and it will come back. No worries, it's there. I didn't make it disappear, I promise. So something else that's very important over here in course information is going to be your calendar. So when you click on calendar, it is going to show you everything that is coming up due for the week. Most of our assignments, like you're going to see in the syllabus when you take your syllabus quiz, most things are due on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. However, there are some assignments that are due on Thursday so that your peers have time to respond back to any post you may have for discussion boards. But overall, most assignments are due on Sundays. And again, I know it looks like you have a whole bunch of assignments there, but that's because I chunked your chapter ed puzzle lessons into three sections so that they're not super long videos. Trying to make it a little bit shorter, helping you to stay focused on specific parts of the textbook. So that's why it looks like you have so many assignments, but it's because it's chunked into smaller sections. And then the very last week, that is when your developmentally appropriate practice project is due. Again, our course ends on July 10th. So you have to have your project turned in by Sunday. You have to respond to two peers by Monday at 11:59, and then you have a couple of days to respond back to any peers' questions that they have for you. So making sure that you look at your calendar is very, very important for this course. Everything is already in there so that you can plan accordingly to see when, if you wanted to work ahead a little bit or vice versa, you can do that. Now, over here on the side, my grades. This is where you can see your grades for everything in the course. You can see what's coming up. You can see how many points it's worth. This is also where you see your feedback from me. So everything is in here to show you. So the course, everything is in there in regard to the grade book. Now, again, there are some assignments that you actually submit to Blackboard, and then there's also assignments that you do in Ed Puzzle. I grade them there, and then I put the grade over into the Blackboard grade book. And I will make sure that I tell you 100% when it goes into Blackboard and when it goes into Edpuzzle in your weekly directions and guidelines and your weekly folders. So in student mode, you can only see one folder and the discussion board for right now. I'm currently still working on some of your folders, making sure that everything is fine-tuned and ready to go. So for week 1, all you have to do is click on it, and then you're going to see to get started, click on the folder and view the weekly directions and guidelines. So in week 1, you have the very first thing up at the top is your weekly directions and guidelines. And again, this will take you over to the Google Drive folder, and it will show you exactly what to do for the week. So here is your overview. So we're going to be focusing on the dimensions of development and understanding our development. So we're going to be focusing on chapter 1 and looking at our development since as far back as we can remember to now. So what to do for week 1, it gives you the due date. It also tells you precisely what to do. So you're going to read the syllabus, you're going to join the Edpuzzle class, you're going to complete your Edpuzzle video lessons and quizzes and read chapter 1. And here are all the hyperlinks to everything that you need for the class. So when you click on this hyperlink, it's going to take you to the syllabus. When you click on this link, it's going to take you to join the class. When you click on this link, it's going to take you to, for instance, over into Edpuzzle to complete that specific assignment. So it is there for you to see. Same thing with the Who Am I project. Everything that you need for that project, giving you an overview of what to do, and it directs you to the Google Drive folder so that you can see the templates and the guidelines and the rubrics and everything that you need. So your weekly directions and guidelines will look very, very similar each week. Something, again, I want to bring your attention to that's going to be very important. Anytime you have an Edpuzzle video lesson and quiz, I will put here how many minutes the video is so that you can plan accordingly. So for instance, chapter 1, part 1 is 38 minutes. Chapter 1, part 2 is 28 minutes. And chapter 1, part 3 is really going over a lot of theories. So it was a little bit heavier, so it is 69 minutes long. But again, your quizzes are embedded in your Edpuzzle lessons. So you have to watch the video completely and answer the questions in Edpuzzle. So with that said, going back over to Blackboard for just a second, when you come over here, you're going to notice that you have a couple of folders depending on what type of assignment it is. So here you have assignments. This is what you're going to put into Blackboard. Here, this is Blackboard as well. And then it says if it's in Edpuzzle, it will say Edpuzzle in the folder so that you know that is where you do that assignment. So here, if we click, you're going to notice that there's a syllabus quiz here and your Who Am I project. When you click on it, it will take you to where you go to complete that assignment. Going back over into week 1, same thing with the discussion board post. Anytime it says discussion board post, it's because you're supposed to post something there. If there is a response to peers, it will say discussion board peer responses, and it will prompt you on what to do. So when you click on that folder, it says after you complete your Who Am I project, post your PowerPoint presentation to the discussion board. And to do that, all you have to do is click on the link and it will take you over, and you can see mine is already there to show you as an example. So going back over into week 1, down here at the bottom, you have your Edpuzzle video lessons. You have 3 of them. Again, each chapter is broken up into 3 parts, focusing on specific pages of the textbook. So what you can do is you can read a certain amount of pages, go do the video lesson, and take the quiz. Then go read the next couple pages. And as you can see, like I was telling you, chapter 1, part 3 is a little heavier in textbook reading, so the video lesson was a little bit longer. So when you click on that link, it's going to take you over here, and you can also click on these links and it will take you exactly like the weekly direction and guidelines did. Now, I did make you a note here to remind you there is not anything to submit to Blackboard. This Edpuzzle lesson and quiz will be graded via Edpuzzle. And I have a grade book in Edpuzzle. Once I grade everything, it shows me who's done what, it shows me the grade, and then I go in and put your grade into Blackboard in the grade book. So if you have any questions about navigating Blackboard, where to find assignments, anything like that, please feel free to email me. Just make sure that you give me 24 hours so that I can respond to you and that I have time to respond to you properly. So please email me if you have any questions.